If I know what I want, then I know what I get. If I go, they can win, cause they know I get lit. I'm a pro, not a myth, and my flow got some wit. Never slow, drink a fit. I get hype, I get lit. Here I go, I get lit. Here I go, I get lit. Here I go, I get lit. I get hype for this shit. Here I go, I get lit. Here I go, I get lit. Here I go, I get lit. I get hype for this shit. That's right. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Here we go. Welcome to The Angle's first big pre-show of 2021. Welcome to The Angle's WWE Royal Rumble 2021 pre-show. I'm your host, Joey Karni, and we are officially on the road to WrestleMania. And there's a lot of things we need to discuss going into tonight, but I think a lot more to discuss going forward after tonight. So before we jump into the whole pre-show, I do want to go over kind of what's going on with The Angle, what you can expect going forward, and really what's next to come. So as you can see here, new format, doing live streams instead of just recording a pre-show video. Future shows, I'm going to be having guests on as well. This one I kind of want to just start things off on my own here, kind of go over the format, things like that. But really, going forward, it's going to be sort of like this, just with different guests, different podcast guests, different wrestling podcasts. As you've seen before, I've had a few on other shows. And going forward, like I just said, we're going to be having all of those kind of things going on with the Angle podcast pre-shows. Regarding interviews, a lot more interviews coming up. Tomorrow, or I believe on Tuesday, I will be releasing an interview with the Real World's Champion, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Nick Aldis. The week after will be an interview with the interview queen herself, Alicia Atu. We discussed really how to start a podcast or a show or a YouTube channel and really how to just get to her level of where she is with her success. So that's a really fun and entertaining, or interesting, should I say, interview coming your way the week after. Now, the week after that, I have an interview with the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Moose. Again, just discussing a lot of things about his career, whatnot. So the month of February is a really stacked month for us, for me here at The Angle. A lot of great interviews, a lot of great wrestling. But let's get to why we're here in the first place, and that is the Royal Rumble, one of my favorite events of the entire year. I really am excited for this show because for the first time in a while, I feel like there is a lot of unpredictability. And this is something that we've wanted for a long time from the WWE. And we're finally getting it. It's really hard to decide or to pick who will win the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches. And with that being said, I want to start off this prediction part of the show talking about the women's Royal Rumble match. Now, right now, we have about 12 women officially in the match. Now, we know that this match has 30 other superstars, so we're missing quite a lot of superstars. So expect some surprises. We saw Trish Stratus tweet out something that she was excited about a few days ago, so maybe she's brought in for this match. And we know over the past few years, we have seen Hall of Famers and legends, WWE legends and Hall of Famers, involved in this match. So I am excited to see what's going to happen on that side of the match with the legends and Hall of Famers coming in. The big elephant in the room, someone who will not be in the match, that is Mia Yim, a.k.a. Reckoning of Retribution. She announced yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that she has tested positive for COVID. Really heartbreaking news because she is one of my favorite, or she was one of my favorite women superstars in NXT, being brought up to the main roster in Monday Night Raw. Really kind of, again, stuck in whatever Retribution is stuck in right now. some sort of rut. But I was excited to see her in the ring and kind of interact with the other female superstars because we haven't seen her do that yet. We saw her in maybe one match or two matches. I'm not really sure. Other than that, since she's debuted on Raw, so I would have liked to see her involved in that match, but I do want to wish her a speedy recovery and hope that she does well. We don't know if Keith Lee tested positive also because they are an item outside of pro wrestling. So we don't know if he tested positive or if he will even be involved in the match because we haven't seen him on Monday Night Raw the last few weeks. So I'm not really sure where that's going. So wishing the best for Mia Yim and Keith Lee, a speedy recovery, and hope everything gets back to normal for you guys in the very near future. Now, regarding this Women's Royal Rumble match, there's a lot of superstars that I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see Alexa Bliss. Are we going to see different versions of her character entered into the Royal Rumble? Are we going to see the goddess Alexa Bliss, just like we saw on Monday Night Raw? Are we going to see this Twisted Bliss sort of character, the twisted version of Sister Abigail and the Fiend Bray Wyatt version, the unstoppable version of Alexa Bliss, just like we've seen in recent weeks on Monday Night Raw? A lot of uncertainty there is who or what kind of character we're going to get from Alexa Bliss going into this match. A lot of people are talking about who from NXT is going to be in this match. For one, it's kind of pretty much out there already. We know one is going to be Rhea Ripley. She is actually my pick to win the Royal Rumble just because she was a huge superstar in NXT, and Triple H and other people in the company have come out and said that she is, the future of the business, and she's already had a match at WrestleMania with Charlotte Flair. So I honestly think we're going to see a lot of different guesses in this match. We're going to see superstars like I just said, Alexa Bliss. We're going to see Bianca Belair, who has really just been on a whole other level as of late, kind of finally ending, or should I say, defeating Bayley in their feud on Friday Night SmackDown this past week, finally getting that big win going into this match. Is that feud over? I think it will end in this match. I think we're going to see that a lot of feuds I really think are going to end in the Royal Rumble match, and I'm going to talk about that when we get to the men's side of things in a little while. But this match I'm excited for. It may start the night. I'm not even sure really what's going to happen. We've seen it happen before where the Women's Royal Rumble starts off the show to kind of kick things off, get everybody in a good mood. But I'm not sure because a lot of people are talking about surprise entrance. One specifically being one that I think is not really going to happen, and that is the man Becky Lynch. She literally gave birth maybe like a month, almost 2 months ago, a few weeks ago. I doubt that she will be in this match. If anything, she's coming back at SummerSlam or around SummerSlam time. But I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that. Another entrant people are talking about is Ronda Rousey. I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. A lot of people are predicting she's going to enter at number 30. I don't know. There's a lot of different possibilities that I'm just excited for throughout the entire night. It's not just the Women's Royal Rumble match. I'm excited for every single match on this card because it's very unpredictable besides the Women's Tag Team title match. But I will get to that in a little while. So yeah, my pick for this match is Rhea Ripley. I've been flip-flopping over the last few weeks. Regarding if it was going to be Rhea Ripley or Bianca Belair, because we've seen Bianca Belair get such a great push on Friday Night SmackDown, getting involved in a feud with Bayley, who is a top athlete on SmackDown. She's the role model of SmackDown. And then she gets her WWE Chronicle video out, really getting herself over the real Bianca Belair. And her story of how she got to WWE. So I think that WWE's really trying to get people invested in Bianca Belair. We've seen this happen before. So she may be winning the Royal Rumble, going on to face, obviously, Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. But that is just one option. If Rhea Ripley wins the Royal Rumble, there's really only one opponent for her, and that would be whoever the Raw Women's Champion is at WrestleMania, because there's a reason why Asuka and Charlotte Flair are holding the tag team titles. That's obviously setting up some sort of feud. So I think, before I get ahead of myself and backtrack, I think Rhea Ripley is going to win the Royal Rumble match tonight. The 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match. Rhea Ripley. She's going to debut on Monday Night Raw, and she's going to say, hey, I'm challenging Asuka for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. Now, we've seen over the last few years who is always involved in the women's title matches at WrestleMania. She's now calling herself Miss WrestleMania, whatever the hell that nickname is. Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte Flair is going to get involved in this match, and we're either going to get a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title, which I would not put past WWE to do that. But also, this may lead to the rematch we've all been waiting for over the last year, and that is Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair happening at Fastlane, which is the next pay-per-view, kind of taking the place of Elimination Chamber. I'm not really sure if they're doing that this year or not, but Fastlane apparently is the next WWE pay-per-view in February. So maybe we'll get that one-on-one rematch that we've been waiting for, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, where maybe the winner goes to WrestleMania to face Asuka, or if Rhea wins, she faces Asuka at WrestleMania, or if Charlotte Flair wins, she gets added to the match, some sort of stipulation, kind of continuing their feud to get some sort of conclusion, and then go into WrestleMania and let Rhea Ripley become the Raw Women's Champion. Because right now Asuka is doing nothing. I don't think she's done anything with that title for quite some time. So my prediction for the Women's Royal Rumble match is going to be Rhea Ripley from NXT debuting on Monday Night Raw. Okay. Everybody in the chat, I'm glad that we have some people in the chat here. Yeah. Hey, Curtis. Hey, Kenny, I appreciate that. I see Diego here. I see other people here. Awesome. So I'm excited for the women's Royal Rumble match. Like I just said, I predict Rhea Ripley winning this match. Next match on the card I want to discuss is the last man standing match for the WWE Universal Champion. We see the head of the table, the top of the food chain in WWE, the Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world, Roman Reigns. Is just in a tier of his own at this point. A few years back, maybe even a year ago, I was one of those people, and I was not really happy with Roman Reigns. I was just bored of him, and I was tired of him, and on my couch at home, I booed him. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't a fan. But he's come back. He's no longer the big dog. He's the head of the table. He is the best thing going in WWE today, and I am not afraid to say that, and anybody can come at me with that. Roman Reigns is the best thing going in WWE today. And it's all because he's a heel. He's a heel, and he's being exactly who he wants to be. And if WWE is listening here, this is a formula they should allow all WWE superstars to use because, it freaking works. So the match at the Royal Rumble tonight is a last man standing match between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. It was originally slated to be Adam Pearce, who is the new authority figure on both Raw and SmackDown, really just getting stuck in the middle of this drama with Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns over the past few months, and ultimately being put into this match. But there's always some wiggle room in contracts. There's always some loopholes. And the real motto here is card subject to change, as we've seen Adam Pearce use, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman use after that. Card subject to change. And now we see, instead of Adam Pearce in this match, we see Kevin Owens, the prize fighter, who has been going at it for a few months now, trying to get his hands on the Universal title that I believe, or a lot of people in the world believe, that he did not lose fairly, losing to Goldberg just so many years ago already for that title. So this is a last man standing match. I'm expecting to see a lot of involvement, as we've seen in other matches involving these two. I think the Usos, or at least Jey Uso, will get involved. Maybe we see the return of Jimmy Uso, finally, after getting some sort of injury last year at WrestleMania. So expect involvement from that. Maybe we're going to see Adam Pearce involved in this match and kind of getting in the way of things to help KO get the win. I think this is going to be one of the most entertaining matches on the card because anything violent with Kevin Owens is just spectacular. He just knows how to get the crowd really going. And Roman Reigns is just, like I said, he's in a class of his own right now, and he's just doing an excellent job representing SmackDown, representing the Universal Championship, but also really representing the WWE in general. Obviously, we're not going to see a new Universal Champion here. And I say that obviously because Roman Reigns is he's too strong right now, and I can't see another person holding that title going into the biggest show of the year at WrestleMania 37 at Raymond James Stadium in April. So I think Roman is going to be going over KO tonight, getting the win. Maybe we see Adam Pearce screw over Kevin Owens to help Roman Reigns just so he can get out of this drama with Roman Reigns. He's just sick and tired of Roman Reigns coming at him every week, sick and tired of Jey Uso, sick and tired of Paul Heyman every week coming at him down his throat, making it an unfit work environment for this guy. Maybe he just joins forces and just goes to the dark side and joins the head of the table. Who knows? Maybe they have a plan in their back pocket to really put Adam Pearce in their back pocket. So who knows? There's a lot of possibilities for this match, but they all lead to Roman Reigns successfully defending his Universal Championship tonight at the Royal Rumble. We are only a few hours away right now. It is 3:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for everyone watching, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day, out of all the Royal Rumble festivities, to enjoy some time with me here at the Angle Podcast. Again, I am your host, Joey Karni, and we are going over all the matches tonight at the Royal Rumble and kind of talking about possibilities going forward into WrestleMania, because we are on the road to WrestleMania 37. I am excited, and I hope you are too. Next match on the card I want to discuss is the SmackDown Women's Championship match between the Boss, the Blueprint, the Standard. She is the reigning SmackDown Women's Champion, and she just celebrated a birthday a few days ago. Sasha Banks will be defending her SmackDown Women's title against the returning over the last few months, weeks, whatever, of Carmella. Now, Carmella is on she's revamped. She's rejuvenated herself. She is really being her true self. And she is on a path to becoming the SmackDown Women's Champion. But it has not been easy. She has her, what's his name, Reginald or something like that? Whatever the hell he is, doing backflips and whatnot, getting her out of situations, helping her overcome the Sasha Banks obstacle. And it may lead to a change of title tonight at the Royal Rumble. We've seen Sasha Banks defend her title against Carmella quite a few times already. And Carmella, every single time, being unsuccessful. She's only won not even a full handful of matches since returning just a month or two ago. So, not sure what they're doing with Carmella, but maybe just putting her in this main event slot for SmackDown will help elevate her a little bit. But I don't think she's walking away with the SmackDown Women's title tonight, because Sasha Banks is just, again, SmackDown champions, really keeping things together right now. And I believe Sasha Banks is going to retain her title against Carmella tonight at the Royal Rumble, because she is somehow, some way going to be defending that title against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. I'm honest here that I think that is what's going to be happening at WrestleMania. Sasha Banks defending that title against Bianca Belair, representing African American culture, representing SmackDown, the best of SmackDown. I think that would just be a great match for the Royal Rumble. So, at WrestleMania. So, this match, I'm not really expecting much from this match. Not in any negative way, shape, or form, but I'm just not expecting much because it's kind of out there already what's going to happen. Sasha Banks is going to retain the title. But we can also maybe see a title change. Because like I said, Carmella has had countless opportunities already to get this win, and she has yet to do it. So maybe tonight is the night, but we're going to have to wait to see. I'm predicting this match is going to be somewhere in the middle of the card for tonight. But I'm excited, like I said, for all the matches, including this one. So I'm going to have to predict right now that Sasha Banks will retain her SmackDown Women's Championship, kind of holding that title going forward past Fastlane into WrestleMania 37. Now, the SmackDown or the women's tag team titles, we have the current champions, the Raw Women's Champion Asuka and the Queen Charlotte Flair defending against the former champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Now, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, a very different team. Two women who honestly are main event superstars coming together. We've seen this happen before years ago with the men's side. And I know people are going to get mad if I compare them or compare them or whatever. But I'm just saying main event stars coming together to go after the tag team titles. We've seen that happen with Edge and Chris Jericho. I think back in 2010 when Edge, right before Edge came, or 2009 or 8, something like that. 2009, I think, before Edge came back from that Achilles tendon injury. Joining forces to go after the tag team titles. And this is kind of what we're seeing with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. A lot of people are not a fan of Nia Jax. A lot of people are a fan of Shayna Baszler. So them being a team is really different, but it's working. And I think tonight we're going to see them reclaim their women's tag team titles, because this is going to set up some sort of feud between Asuka and Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's title. Like I said, involving some way, either if she wins the Royal Rumble tonight or at Fastlane, Rhea Ripley, either getting this match at WrestleMania. So I think this is really where the seeds have been planted, and now we're going to see something blossom from this. So tonight, I think that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to be going over the current champions, Asuka and Charlotte Flair, regaining the tag team titles, the women's tag team titles. The men's Royal Rumble match, a match that everyone is waiting for, because there are so many possibilities that can happen in this match. But before we do that, I want to ask everybody in the chat, who do you think will be winning the men's Royal Rumble match? I've seen before we had a few, we had an Edge prediction. Let's see who else here. I'm looking now. Let's see. Anybody in the chat, who do you think will be winning the men's Royal Rumble match? Before I start talking about it, I kind of want to just get some other predictions so we can kind of discuss everything. But, yeah, I think this match, because we only have about 17 entrants announced right now, and I'll actually read them off right now. We have the number 2 or number 1 and 2 spots already announced. That happened on WWE Backstage last night. Sorry, I have to pause right there. Let's put a pin in that. Go back to the women's Royal Rumble side of things. Natalya, last night, the Queen of Hearts, the BOAT of WWE. She defeated Tamina Snuka last night on WWE Backstage to earn her shot, or earn her opportunity at the number 30 spot in the women's Royal Rumble match. And there is a huge topic that I did not even discuss about that match, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't go there. So yes, Natalya is number 30 in the women's Royal Rumble match. Will she actually enter the match? Will there be some sort of Becky Lynch injury thing like we've seen before? Because there's one person who has a lot of momentum who is injured, and that is the Ravishing Russian, Lana. Now, if anybody is going to take Natalya's spot, it is going to be Lana, because Lana, obviously, they are best friends out of WWE, and there is a lot of stuff swirling around Lana right now. She was involved in some major stuff before this injury took place. So maybe tonight we see Lana take that number 30 shot or entrant spot from Natalya, go into the Royal Rumble and win it. But I hope that WWE doesn't do this. I hope they don't let Lana win the Royal Rumble because there's just so many. Listen, I'm all for Lana getting a huge push. I think she's on a road to the top. But there's so many other talent right now that really can make things better in WWE, like Rhea Ripley, like Bianca Belair, even Bayley. I mean, there's just so many other contenders. Even Natalya. There's just so many other contenders that I think will be better in that spot than Lana right now. Let's build it a little more. Let's get her more experience in the ring. But, it's WWE. Now we're done with that. Let's go back to the men's Royal Rumble match. We don't know if Keith Lee is going to be in this match. Mia Yim testing positive for COVID. They're an item out of WWE. We don't know if Keith Lee is going to be in this match. Keith Lee was my pick to win this whole damn match. So I'm kind of baffled as of now because I don't know who's going to win this match. But before I kind of make a prediction here, I want to discuss things that are going on going into WrestleMania. We know right now that we have Goldberg going to be a part of WrestleMania. We know right now that maybe John Cena will be involved in WrestleMania. Now, are they going to be in top matches, title matches? Probably not. I hope not, honestly. But let me ask you this. Would you be opposed, and everybody in the chat right now, I would love to know your response to this. Would you be opposed to John Cena entering the Royal Rumble tonight and being eliminated by Retribution, leading to a huge WrestleMania match between John Cena and Mustafa Ali? That would be a great match, I believe. If anybody knows, or everybody knows, obviously, the reasoning behind Retribution is to go after the system for not treating them properly. And who better to go after than John Cena? I don't think that John Cena is going to beat anybody at WrestleMania because he's not there anymore. But to see Mustafa Ali, maybe Retribution gets involved in the match, helps Mustafa Ali eliminate John Cena from the match, leading to a match at WrestleMania. You build Ali, you use John Cena, get some eyes on it. I think this would be an excellent match for WrestleMania, and it all starts tonight at the Royal Rumble. I see here people are talking about what I just said. Yeah, the Titantron is adding here that's the card that they added on their show. I would love to see it too. Honestly, I think that it would be a great match, because I think WWE really needs to be in the business now of building stars. Because let's be honest, the ratings aren't doing well, and we need to get those numbers up. So let's build some stars. Mustafa Ali versus John Cena at WrestleMania would be an excellent match for WrestleMania, because we do know that WrestleMania is going to be 2 nights this year. So we're going to have a few big matches on each night. So like I said, let John Cena enter the Royal Rumble. Retribution comes in to help Mustafa Ali eliminate Cena, go on to a match at WrestleMania. So, like I said, I'm going to read off right now the people who are actually entered into the Royal Rumble match, and there's about 17 names for the men's side. We know number 1 will be the Viper, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton, and number 2 will be the Rated R superstar, making his return once again for the 3rd time in a Royal Rumble match, Edge. I think that this is an excellent way to start the match because you get to continue their feud and somehow end their feud. Because maybe we'll see Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, in this match and get involved with Randy. Who knows? But I'm excited to see these two start the match to kind of give us a conclusion to their storyline. Now we have, like I said, Randy Orton at number 1, Edge at number 2. We have AJ Styles, Big E, the Intercontinental Champion Big E. We have Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, Jeff Hardy, the United States Champion Bobby Lashley, Jey Uso, Cesaro, The Miz, John Morrison, should I say, Mr. Money in the Bank, The Miz. John Morrison, Otis, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Dolph Ziggler, and Mustafa Ali. Those are the current names. There's about 17 of them, like I just said. 17 names listed right now who have officially declared their entry into the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble match. Now we know there's 30 entrants in this match. A lot of names still not on the card. There could be a lot of surprises. Prediction, and it's kind of like a spoiler alert at this point. Bad Bunny is performing tonight at the Royal Rumble. His new hit song, Booker T. It's quite possible that we'll see Booker T enter into the Royal Rumble. We've seen on social media over the last few weeks, months, that he is really getting in shape for something. And maybe this is it. Maybe we see him in the Royal Rumble. I had the opportunity to interview a few weeks ago, right around Christmas time, WWE producer TJ Wilson, a.k.a. Tyson Kidd, and he said if he was ever able to come back for a match to officially end his career and retire, it would be in a Royal Rumble match. He said in the interview that obviously he's not cleared to compete. Pro wrestling is one of a kind, and we never know. And speaking of one of a kind, we may see involved in this match Rob Van Dam, RVD. I spoke to him last year in an interview, and we kind of discussed if he would ever come back to WWE, and he is not, the door is not shut, and he's open to it. So Rob Van Dam definitely can be an entrant into the Royal Rumble match. A lot of big names. I'm actually going to look right now through the list of names of superstars who haven't been around, really. We have Andrade. Maybe Andrade comes in and wins the whole damn thing. Who knows? We have Andrade. Brock Lesnar. A lot of people are saying, no more Lesnar. But you know what? I would not mind Brock Lesnar entering this Royal Rumble as a face. Because he still can go back to being a face. Enters this Rumble as a face, freaking destroys everyone, wins the Royal Rumble, goes to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns for the Universal Heavyweight Championship of the world, with Paul Heyman kind of stuck in the middle. And that's where we see Paul Heyman turn on Roman to go back with Lesnar to make Lesnar the heel and Roman the face with a double turn in the main event of WrestleMania. Come on. You're going to tell me they wouldn't enjoy that? I know we've seen that match plenty of times already. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, but come on. You know you'd like that match. Everybody in the chat, let me know if you would be interested in seeing a face Lesnar versus a heel Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman kind of dangling in the middle. We see the double turn happen, and Paul Heyman goes back to his guy, the real Paul Heyman guy, Brock Lesnar. Because we know long term that Roman Reigns is not scheduled to be a heel. It was only just to bring some oomph back to him in SmackDown. So who knows? So yeah, looking at the people on the card or on the WWE website. Let's see, Jinder Mahal. I know a lot of people are not predicting him to be a winner in this match, but Jinder Mahal, he came back at the WWE Spectacle thing that they had last weekend. He looks to be in great shape. He may be in the Royal Rumble. Maybe we see Kofi Kingston return. I know he said he's not supposed to be in the match. Maybe we see him come back tonight, get involved with Mustafa Ali. Another option for Mustafa Ali at WrestleMania. Kofi and him. You never know. Let's see. Looking through the list. Samoa Joe. That is actually that's a big one. Samoa Joe can be, and I tweeted this during Raw, I think, last week or so. Imagine the buzzer, get the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Samoa Joe's music hits, and you see this face at the commentary booth. He just takes off his headset, stands up, gives that little stank face he does, rips his shirt and suit off, goes in that Royal Rumble. I know that would blow my mind. It's an option. We don't know if he's cleared or not. The Fiend Bray Wyatt, is he going to be involved in this match? We don't know. We don't know. Let me go over to the SmackDown side of things. Let's see. We know that over the last few weeks, Apollo Crews has really been getting some sort of push. He may be in this Royal Rumble match tonight, and, he can win it. And I know a lot of people are kind of hesitant about that, but the Royal Rumble is about making stars, giving them the opportunity to go to WrestleMania to prove themselves. Apollo Crews is someone who's been proving himself for the last few weeks on SmackDown. Another option. The Friday Night Savior, the Messiah, Seth Rollins. Another big, could be a surprise entrant into this match and possibly win it. You're going to tell me that you wouldn't be opposed to seeing A heel Roman Reigns versus a face Friday Night Savior at WrestleMania for the Universal title. They have great chemistry. They always have, and they always will. So that is another option for the Royal Rumble match. Let's see here. Let's see. I believe that is confirmed now that we will see Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic Mysterio entered into the Royal Rumble match tonight. So there's another few names to add. Robert Roode will probably be in there as well. But let's talk about the dark horse here. And I believe that is Cesaro. Some sort of push he's getting on SmackDown, getting wins over Daniel Bryan, getting, just wins over the last few weeks, really stepping up and getting things rolling going into Royal Rumble season. Same thing with Shinsuke Nakamura. These two were a tag team. Now they're obviously, from what we saw on Friday Night SmackDown, they are no longer a tag team. Shinsuke being a face, Cesaro being a heel. But I wouldn't be opposed to either one of them winning the Royal Rumble. Shinsuke going in for a second time to win it would be unbelievable going to WrestleMania. A lot of stories involving Roman Reigns right now that we don't have clarity or a conclusion to. One being Daniel Bryan, one being Shinsuke Nakamura. There's a lot of different options that can go to the main event of WrestleMania with Roman Reigns being the Universal Champion. So a lot of different possibilities there. Let's keep looking at the list of superstars here. Big E. A lot of people are predicting that Big E is going to win this thing, but he is holding the Intercontinental Championship. And I tweeted out, I think, maybe a month or so ago, how great would it be for the Intercontinental Champion to win? And this was before, actually, Big E was the Intercontinental Champion. It was still Sami Zayn at the time. And I said, what if the Intercontinental Champion wins the Royal Rumble match? Goes to the main event, and it's title for title. That would be such a great way to elevate the title. Same thing for the U.S. title. We see Bobby Lashley holding that title. Maybe Bobby Lashley wins the whole damn thing, goes to WrestleMania, and elevates the United States title. But I would love to see that happen. We've seen it done with Ultimate Warrior years ago with the Intercontinental Championship and the WWF Championship. But these are just options, people. Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan has never won a Royal Rumble. Batista's 2014 win was destroyed because of Daniel Bryan chants, because everyone wanted Daniel Bryan in that match. And I think that a lot of people still feel the same way in 2021, wanting Daniel Bryan to win the Royal Rumble match. The really one thing he has yet to do in his career. And I think that that's a big, big possibility. But there's a name that no one is talking about. And WWE is doing the best that they can to not talk about him. And that is the Prince of Darkness on Friday Night SmackDown, who has yet to debut on SmackDown. And there are apparently a lot of plans for him going forward. That's just dirt sheet crap that we read. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I would hope so that it is. And the superstar I'm referring to is Aleister Black. Now, let me tell you something. What would you do if Aleister Black returns tonight at the Royal Rumble and wins the whole damn thing, goes on to WrestleMania to pick who he wants to face for the title? Can you believe it? I can. I'd love to see Aleister Black go after Roman Reigns. I'd love to see Aleister Black go after Drew McIntyre or Goldberg. Let's not talk about that yet. I would love to see Aleister Black. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him win the Royal Rumble. Like I said earlier, my pick to win this match was Keith Lee. Not sure if he's going to be in it because of COVID. If that is true, it's a shame, and I hope that everything gets cleared up for him and Mia Yim get better and healthy. But now I have to pick who I think is going to win the Royal Rumble match. That's pretty damn hard. Yeah. So let me start with my final four. My final four, I believe, in the match are going to be Daniel Bryan, Edge, I'm going to do, we always see two from each show. So two from Raw and two from SmackDown. So I'm going to go from SmackDown side. I'm going to say Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins. Those are going to be my 2 picks on the SmackDown side to be the last 4. Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins. On the Raw side of things, I'm going to go with... Oh, man, this is hard. I'm going to go with Edge and Sheamus. My final 4 in the men's Royal Rumble match this year, I am picking it to be Edge, Sheamus, Daniel Bryan, and Seth Rollins. Those are my final 4. If I have to pick who I think is going to win the match, kind of have to refer back to the women's side of things. Because if a SmackDown superstar wins the women's, I kind of believe a Raw one will be winning the men's and vice versa. So my pick to win the women's Rumble was Rhea Ripley, which obviously would be for Monday Night Raw. So I think I'm going to have to pick a SmackDown superstar to win the men's 2021 Royal Rumble match. I'm going to have to go with Daniel Bryan. There's just too many things pointing at Daniel Bryan for this match. And even if he does go to WrestleMania and puts one hell of a match on against Roman Reigns and loses, I'm satisfied. I'm okay with it. Because what I've learned, if I've learned anything doing a wrestling podcast, being involved with wrestling people, the wrestling community, wrestling, whatever, you have to think long term. And long-term booking is what gets the biggest payday. It gets the biggest pop. It gets the biggest reaction from the fans. And I think that long-term booking, I think keeping Roman Reigns as the Universal Champion as long as you can until The Rock can get in there and get involved, I think is the best solution. So let Daniel Bryan. There's already, like I said before, there's stories that are not officially closed yet, like Shinsuke, like Daniel. So I think Daniel Bryan is the best fit to win the men's Royal Rumble match tonight at the 2021 Royal Rumble. Now, I think the match that I think is going to close the show, the WWE Championship match. And now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it is a Raw guy who's going to win the men's side of things. The biggest match that everyone is talking about is the WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre, the current WWE Champion, who just Claymore'd the hell out of COVID. Claymore'd the hell out of it 2 weeks, and it's funny because we saw him Claymore the hell out of 2020 in a WWE email video, and now he just Claymore'd the hell out of COVID. Claims he's going to win tonight for those people affected by COVID. That's a big, big, big statement to put out, and I hope that he can fulfill that and just be the champion that he has been, and I know he will continue to be. His opponent tonight, the WWE Hall of Famer, former face of WCW, the once undefeated Goldberg. I'm a fan of Goldberg. I've been a fan of Goldberg for years. The guy's full of energy and he's full of charisma and he's full of just everything to put on a great match. Do I think he's best suited to be contending for a WWE title in 2021 at one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year? Hell no. But maybe this is, like I said, long-term booking with WWE is what's the biggest payoff. Maybe this is long-term booking, part of it, planting seeds for something to happen. Maybe Goldberg wins. A lot of people are pointing that way. A lot of people are walking in that direction. They're not walking with Elias. They're walking with Goldberg to win the WWE Championship tonight at the Royal Rumble. Maybe he does. Maybe we see Drew McIntyre enter the Royal Rumble again and win the whole damn thing and go on to defeat Goldberg. It's an option. Who knows? Realistically, I think that Drew McIntyre is going to win tonight because we are so used to seeing Goldberg come in for 10 seconds and win. And it's become predictable at this point over the last few years for Goldberg to come in, hit 1,600 spears and 3 jackhammers and, bury people. But it's fine. We're used to it, and we're predicting that tonight. But maybe we get something that we're not expecting, and that is Drew McIntyre. 1, 2, 3, the bell rings. Goldberg hits a spear on McIntyre. He's going for another one. Hits a second one. Now he's going for the third one, like we saw at WrestleMania with Braun Strowman. He goes for the third one. And as Drew McIntyre is getting to his feet, turns around and claymores the hell out of Goldberg and retains the title. Option. Great thing about tonight is that we don't know what is going to happen. There's so many different directions this can go. And I'm excited for it. But I'm predicting that Drew McIntyre is going to retain that title because, really, what is Goldberg? Goldberg has no business holding any title right now. Let's be honest. He's going to go to WrestleMania and defend against who? Who's he going to defend against? Brock Lesnar? Again? The Fiend? Bray Wyatt? I don't know. Maybe we see Edge win the Royal Rumble and he goes to face Goldberg in the match. A lot of different options. So I'm going to go over my predictions once again from the bottom of the card to the top. So everyone listening, if you're just joining, I'm your host, Joey Karni. This is the Angles WWE 2021 Royal Rumble pre-show. And we're going over everything that's going down tonight at the Royal Rumble. So I'm going to read off my predictions from what I've already talked about tonight. So the Women's Royal Rumble, I'm predicting Rhea Ripley getting the win, debuting on Monday Night Raw, going after the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. Last man standing match for the Universal Championship on SmackDown, Roman Reigns defending against KO. I'm predicting Roman Reigns getting the win in that match. The SmackDown Women's Championship, Sasha Banks defending against Carmella. I think we're going to see Sasha Banks retain, go into WrestleMania to defend her title, against Bianca Belair. The Women's Tag Team titles, Charlotte Flair and the Raw Women's Champion Asuka defending against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, former champions. But after tonight, they're not going to be former champions because I'm predicting Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler to regain the Women's Tag Team titles. The Men's 2021 Royal Rumble match, I'm predicting, because my pick was Keith Lee and he seems to be out of the match due to COVID, my prediction is Daniel Bryan to win the 2021 Royal Rumble to go on to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns for the Universal title. And the main event, the WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre, the champion, the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre versus WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg. I'm predicting that Drew McIntyre is going to claymore the hell out of Goldberg and retain his WWE Championship. So yeah, those are the matches. And we kind of discussed some things going into WrestleMania. As you can see, my energy is up. I am excited. I'm ready for this night to go down. It's a lot of things to look forward to. Damn, I forgot AJ Styles in the match. He might be in the Final Four. Damn it, I don't know. There's so many things, so many different things to question. I've never been this stumped in WWE. This is a new thing for WWE. Everything is just unpredictable. I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited for it. And I hope you are too, because tonight is going to be one hell of a ride. And everyone getting into the car right now, strap on your seatbelts because we're going full throttle past Fastlane, straight down the road to WrestleMania, because we are just a few weeks away from WrestleMania. I think we're about what? We're in January, like 12 weeks away, something like that. Who the hell knows? But I'm excited for it. Raymond James Stadium, Tampa, Florida. WrestleMania 37. We're getting 2 nights, April 10th and 11th. Huge match is going to be on both cards. I already predicted before we're going to see Retribution and Mustafa Ali take out John Cena Royal Rumble. We're going to get John Cena versus Mustafa Ali at WrestleMania. I think we're going to see another stare down tonight between AJ Styles and Edge. I think that match is going to happen at WrestleMania. AJ Styles versus Edge. Even if we don't get that, we're going to see a stare down between Edge and Seth Rollins, and we get that match at WrestleMania. Either way, I'm excited. There's so many great possible outcomes for tonight going into WrestleMania. I'm not going to be mad with any of them. I might be a little mad if Lana wins the Women's Royal Rumble match. Might be a little mad, little triggered. I might be a little mad if Otis wins the Men's Royal Rumble. I'll be triggered. But it'll be fine because we're going to be talking about everything after the pay-per-view, when the pay-per-view concludes tonight, because I'm going to be doing a post-WWE Royal Rumble show where I'll be discussing what we saw, if any of my predictions were right, and what the hell we can expect going into WrestleMania. I'm excited for it, and I hope you are too. I want to thank everybody in the chat who has been involved in this show. It's been really, really fun to see everybody's engagement and see everything that's going down. I see some good numbers on this, so expect more going forward of this format. I know before when I originally started doing pre-shows for pay-per-views, they were live. And then I started adding different guests and stuff. And, you know, for a lot of podcasts, I don't know if the people watching who aren't podcasters or involved in this kind of stuff, who just like to watch it. But if you don't know, now you're going to know. It is very difficult to get different podcasts on your show at the same time. So you have to schedule with everybody and people in different time zones. So that's really why I wasn't doing, I ended my live pre-shows because it was really difficult to schedule with people and instead just do, you know, when they can, compile it into a video and post it as my pre-show. But after a lot of thinking, after a lot of strategizing, after a lot of work, as you can see by the format of everything here, I kind of put my head down, learned some stuff, and we're going to be doing a lot more pre-shows going forward. Every event, every big pay-per-view, every pay-per-view, at least WWE, and I want to do AEW too, and Impact. Jesus, this is a lot of work. I want to do pre-shows for every pay-per-view like this, and post-shows, just like this. And originally I was going to have guests on this show, and I decided to go against it, because it's the first time I'm doing it like this, and I really want to get everybody kind of on the same page as to what to expect going forward. My next pre-show and post-show, I will have guests, so don't worry about that. If you don't want to hear me ramble for an hour, it's fine. You're going to have other people here. New stuff happening with the show. I'm going to be doing a live stream just like this every night, or every Monday after Monday Night Raw. It's called the Angles Live Dive. We're going to be diving into everything that happens on Monday Night Raw, so look out for that. Every Monday night after Monday Night Raw, right here. And you can check that out right here at the Angle Podcast on YouTube. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're about to hit 200 subscribers. That's freaking incredible. I'm excited to do 200 more. So if you haven't already, like I said, please like and subscribe down below. Stay up to date with everything Angle Podcast-wise right here on YouTube. Now, if you want to check out more and you just said, wow, this guy has a really great voice, and I love his philosophies on pro wrestling. If you want to check out more, you can go right here to theangleradio.com. A lot of stuff there. There's merchandise, just like this shirt I'm wearing here. It's part of the drip collection from this past summer. There's a lot of stuff on there. Interviews. Like I said, I have upcoming interviews. The whole month of February is going to be a freaking joyride. As we're going down the road to WrestleMania, it is going to be Nick Aldis, the Real World's Champion, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Nick Aldis, the first week in February. The week after, Alicia Atu. The week after, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Moose. And there are so many interviews planned that I'm currently doing. There's a lot of stuff happening. Let's go ahead. So we have the live dive after Monday Night Raw every Monday right here on YouTube. After AEW, I'm going to do a top 5 moments from AEW. That's going to be called this week, the top moments in AEW Dynamite. Same format like this. We're going to go over the top 5 things that I believe are the top 5 things of AEW Dynamite, that show. We're going to have, and by the way, back to the interviews. We're going to be calling those not just interviews, not just exclusives, not just chats, because they're more than that. They're career tell-alls. They're entertaining. They're knowledgeable content. We'll be calling those the Angles Zoom Room. Chats, interviews, something like that. It's going to be in the Angles Zoom Room. So look out for that. Like I said, this week, AEW top 5 moments after AEW. And on Friday, if you haven't seen it across the social media, there's going to be, I'm going to be doing a new show after Friday Night SmackDown. That's going to be called, let's see here. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the logo for it. I can kind of show you. That one I'm really excited for because there's a lot of SmackDown has been like kicking ass the last few weeks, and I'm just excited for it. Oh, I can't pull it up here. But the show is going to be called The Angles. Where the hell did... All right, let me see if I can pull it up. Because I added the SmackDown fist to it. So I'm excited for the logo. Damn, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, well, the show's called Get Smacked. And you're going to get smacked after Friday Night SmackDown with some knowledge and some great analysis by me every Friday night after SmackDown. All those shows are going to be available here, live on YouTube. Expect, obviously, different backgrounds and stuff like that. But a lot of great stuff coming, and I hope you all are on the road with me as we're on the road to WrestleMania. I'm excited for it. I hope you are too. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're about to hit an hour, so it's kind of where I want to be. Talked about everything that's going down tonight. Great possible options for WrestleMania. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. YouTube.com/TheAnglePodcast. For more information, go to TheAngleRadio.com. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to be adding a new TikTok account where you can watch great highlights from interviews and things that I've done. Maybe even watch me get in the ring because that's going to be coming soon as well. All the social media handles are at The Angle Radio. Right here on YouTube is /The Angle Podcast. Like and subscribe down below. Comment on the video. Who do you think is going to win the men's Royal Rumble tonight? Who do you think is going to win the women's Royal Rumble tonight? Who's going to walk out as the WWE Champion and Universal Champion? A lot of unpredictable things tonight. I'm excited for it. I hope you are too. Thank you for watching The Angle's first 2021 pre-show. First live show I've done in a long time. I'm excited to be back. It feels good to be back. And I hope that everyone enjoys tonight, the 2021 Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the road to WrestleMania. Better strap in. Hang on tight. Keep all limbs inside the vehicle because we're going straight past Fastlane to WrestleMania 37. Thank you for watching, and I'll be live tweeting the Royal Rumble event tonight, so look out for that. Have a good night. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Social distance. And I'll see you when I see you.